Holy moly, guys. What is going on? So, someone linked this to me because the code just came out. That is the last code in the series of codes, which I'll show you all of. But if you look at this infographic and you look at the picture of Kyle, which is finally announced, Kyle is the character coming out after Kagura's banner, who ends. And if you actually look at the coupon code, what it says is Kyle vs. TO 1016 for October 16th, which is the code. But above it, you'll see in that white box that it's a 4-star Kyle coupon code. So this is like one of the most awaited character releases in the game, and they decided to give us Kyle for free, which is a huge dub, right? You're just getting a free legendary character. It's a legendary plus. And Kyle has been, or was, a super broken character in the original 7 Knights. And honestly, I'd be surprised if he was anything less than that because of how hyped up he was. And now they're giving him for free to us. Now, it's only 1 copy, so you will probably still want to pull for dupes if his Transcendence is very strong. But this is a huge dub, right? We're all getting a free Legendary Plus. I'm very, very excited. And this is going to be absolutely amazing because, yeah, I don't think anyone actually saw this coming. We're all getting a free Legendary Plus in Kyle, right? How can you not be happy about that? And it just is very strange to me because there's been some, things said about the game being pay to win and Netmarble being kind of sus sometimes, but this is a huge dub and I'm very excited and, kind of gives me a lot of hope for the game moving forward, even though I was already having a lot of fun with it. Now, this is going to only be working after the October 16th update, so don't go into the game and then redeem it right away. It's not actually going to work. You will actually still need to wait for the update to happen because, he's not actually released yet. But, that's one of the codes that's available after the maintenance, and you'll see it here. But here is the list of all of the other codes that are available right now. And I know it's kind of scratched out, but I'll read it for you. It's 7 Nights Forever. This is like the first code they gave us. Then we have Happy Full Moon for 20 summon vouchers. We have Guess Who, Assassin, Chain Sickle, Reaper Slayer, Night Chaser, 4 Lords of Old, Taste My Wrath, and TO Rival. You can see the expiration date as well. So you definitely want to make sure that you submit these. Some of them have already been expired, which is pretty sad, but the last 2 aren't, and the Happy Full Moon isn't either. So you want to make sure you do it ASAP before they expire if you haven't done them already. And if you guys don't know how to do it in game, I'll actually show you guys. So let me show you my game here. So basically all you have to do is go to the gear, then you go to account and terms, you press coupon, and then if you type in the coupon code here and you use it, it'll just go to your mail. Now, if you are on iOS and you don't play on the PC client at all, you're gonna need to copy this to your clipboard. And then what you're gonna have to do after that is go to this website, which I'll link down below if I don't forget. And after that, you just paste that in, you paste in the coupon code here, you press use, and it gets sent to your mail. This is because iOS or iPhone or Apple devices will not have that coupon button on the account info. So yeah, that is pretty much what is coming. Kyle, not only is his banner dropping, but he is going to be free, which is absolutely amazing. So yeah, you just have to wait until the update. Hopefully when his skill kit releases, he'll look absolutely insane. Of course, with every other character release, I will be, summoning for him. Honestly, you can see my summons at the top. I'm gonna max dupe him, and I'll test him out at T0, T2, T6 for farming for you guys. I think most people are looking for another farmer still. And of course, I'll be testing him out in PvP. But for the most part, I think he's going to be an amazing unit, or at least I hope so. And his skills will be released in about a day or two, and I will be showcasing them, or I guess showing you guys what it actually does. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, what about Kagura? So honestly, I think Kagura is definitely a character you want to go for, even if you don't actually plan to play PvP. The thing with Kagura is she's actually decent in PvE. She has CC lockdown. She's also very good in physical teams. She gives crit damage buff, which is like the biggest thing about her, so you don't have to slot in Lina into every single team. And in Nightmare, that's really good because if you run a magic team and a physical team, you can only have Lina in one of those teams. So you might as well put Kagura in the physical team because she gives you crit damage boost, and she also gives you physical damage boost when she dies, which is very, very good, and she's very tanky because of her passive. So I think, Kagura is definitely a character you actually want at least one copy of, honestly, because she's really good at T0. I talked about this in my other video with Kagura, but basically, like, her T2 and T6, they're very strong, but they're not really required for PvE content, right? The heal on her T2 is whatever for PvE, and at T6, this physical vulnerability, even though it's very nice, you don't really need it for PvE content because it's not like you're going to try to one-shot stuff when you're pushing Nightmare. And there's a lot of other characters in the game that you can get and use that actually have physical vulnerability anyways. Like if you bring Rachel into a physical team, which is very common because she has defense reduction, physical vulnerability, she has a passive that gives you weakness hit chance bonus, which is very good. You actually don't even utilize that part from the T6. So Kagura, I think, is definitely worth going for. Even though Kyle's banner is coming out and you might want to summon for dupes, you probably still want to pull for Kagura because not too sure, but since Kyle is going to be a physical character, most likely she'll synergize, or he'll synergize very well with Kagura as well. So something that you want to consider, considering that Kagura buffs physical characters by so much. And I actually did show this in one of my videos talking about Kyle when the codes were kind of teasing that he was going to get released. But this was his skill kit in the OG game. You can see that he has 4 enemy attacks in the old game. He also ignores defense. You'll see that he can also dispel buffs, which is very strong. And if I scroll into this one, because it's very small, and if we look at this one, I believe this is after Awakening, which is basically like an upgrade to the character that comes a little bit later down the line, or maybe a lot later, like a year or two. But essentially he gets a lot stronger after Awakening, like a lot of characters do. But right now in the new Rebirth game, the characters being released are kind of like in between before Awakening and after Awakening. So he just looks like he's going to be a very strong character, honestly. Even like his before Awakening like skill kit looks pretty strong for just like a physical damage dealer. And I'm pretty excited just looking at it because he looks pretty badass and his skill kit looks absolutely amazing for physical teams. He was extremely meta defining in the old game, so I assume he'll be the same, if not, similar to that. So I'm very excited and I'm pretty confident he'll be very good in the physical teams with like Kagura and Tio and stuff like that, and Eileen and stuff like that as well. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that today because this is extremely exciting. Even though I sound kind of dead, I'm very tired, but I did not expect them to give away a character like this for free. Now, honestly, this does actually raise some suspicions, like, with Advent Expedition coming out and people, saying that Kyle might be good for there only because he is giving out for free. And usually when companies give out, characters for free, it's mostly because they're PvE characters like Rachel or just like not that great. But I think we'll see in like a day or two, but I think this character is kind of forced to be very strong because a lot of people were waiting for him and his design looks absolutely insane. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. How excited are you guys for Kyle? I am super excited. This is like one of the characters I've been looking forward to for like the longest time because he just looks super badass, and I am going to max him and test him for you guys, so don't worry. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.